This is an old project from a few years ago. And over here you can see that I wasn't using, these are the drawing numbers, A001 site location plan. I wasn't using the SFB code here. I was using the Unicode system because it wasn't in Denmark, this scheme. But the principle is the same. In order to set up a drawing, let's have a look. Let's go and have a look at a floor plan first of all. First floor level proposed. In order to set up a drawing, and we went through this previously, I'm going to set up a sheet. So I right click on the project browser, right click on sheets, say new sheet, and then it gives us the option to use any of the sheets that we have in here. At the moment I've got this A4 metric, so I'm just going to use that. Press OK. So now we have this sheet set up. All this information down here, most of it is coming from the project information we've already put in. So in order to modify that, we go into the Manage tab, and under project information here, you can actually fill in the client's name, the address, the project name, all this kind of stuff. This will all be repeated automatically in all your drawing sheets, so it's not something you have to fill in again. So you can just click on this and change all these this information in here. Okay, so that'll fill that in here, and then we can say we can click directly on the title block, and we'll call this caps lock first floor level proposed. You should always put your name in here in order to at least take credit for the work you've done. So if you're producing a set of drawings, put your name in here under drawn by, and then you know, it's obvious who's done the drawing itself. And then all you need to do is take the drawing you want to bring in, left click, drag it across, and it'll turn up on the sheet like that. You can see at the moment this is much too big for the it's much too big for the A4 sheet I've chosen, so I can come over here and change it to a 1:200 scale and put it up there like that. Just going to modify this a little bit. Okay, good enough. All right. We can also come in here and we can either click on the title block, or we can right click on the drawing itself over here and rename it. And you can see we actually have the number and the drawing name are separated out. So we could come in here, and if I was to use the SFB code in here, I would call this 99, and I would call it 3, and I would just say 001. And 001 is just any kind of number that you put in there just to keep track of all your drawings. But 99 means it's an overall view, it's showing all the building elements at the same time. 3 means it's a location plan section or elevation, and then 001 is just a filing number. Press OK. So the drawing has been updated here. If then I want to make a list of the drawings, I can come into schedules and quantities, right click again, say new sheet list, and then we get this sheet list properties over here, and it's asking us what information do we want to have in the sheet list. So we can put all this stuff in, whatever we want to. If you have a quality assurance system in your group, maybe you've got somebody who's checking all the drawings, or you're checking each other's drawings. So you can put in check by. We don't need to put in revisions right now. We can put in drawn by. We can put in sheet name and sheet number, and then we can order them the way we want to. So if we want to have a list where the sheet number comes at the beginning, we can move it up to the top of the list here, and then press OK. And you can see now we have a list of drawings in the project. Again, if we want to display that, this is a drawing list, and we can come in here and we can modify all the information in here as well. I could come in here and put my name in, and that information will be updated back in the actual drawing itself. So whenever it's printed out, it'll also be updated. If we want to print that out for the project, we right click on schedules and quantities. Oh, sorry, we don't do that. We make a new sheet. So I'm going to say new sheet. I'm going to use the same one again. And exactly the same process. I can just grab it and drag it across, and it turns up in the sheet like this. And then we can kind of play with it until we get the right format for it and move it into place. Does that make sense? Okay. I'll assume it makes sense for the moment anyway. So then if you want to print out all your drawings, I've got all the drawings ready here in sheets on the left hand side. If you want to print them out or make them into PDFs, you go up to print, and we've got a couple of options in here. I can set, we can go to print setup first of all. And at the moment you can see that the printer is set to Adobe PDF. So you're actually printing your drawings to a PDF file. It's not a question of taking a screen capture or anything like that, because the quality isn't good enough. The only thing that's good enough quality is a PDF, because it printed to the scale, the correct scale to be printed out in reality. So it's an A4, it's portrait, it's all set up correctly. It's important you set the zoom to 100%, because if it's set to fit to page, it won't print out to the correct scale. The zoom has to be set to 100%, so that means you can actually measure off the drawing. Vector processing, center it, and go OK. So now when we want to print, we can go back into the print menu and print. And here we have the option to actually either just print what we're looking at or print selected views and sheets. So if I say selected views and sheets, select, I can either use everything in the project, or I can just choose the individual sheets, or I can select everything and actually save that as a drawing set, so that if I need to print it out again after some modifications, it'll just print out. It's okay. And you can either print it as separate files, but I recommend you print it into combine multiple views into a single file. It means it'll print it out as a book. Okay, and let's just see if that works. Press OK. It's asking me where I want to save it, so I'll just save it on the desktop. And then it goes through and it prints out each individual sheet and turns it into a PDF. So it actually takes some time, because we've done, I don't know how many sheets were in there, but it's more than 10 anyway. Let's just wait there for a second. So then you end up with something like, and let's just change the view of this. So then it'll print out all your drawings as a single PDF file, which you can then display on the screen or print out, with just the press of a button like that. Okay? Does this make sense? Everybody sleepy?
Does it always put the drawings into the best fit like this?
It's because the drawings that the drawings for this client, he wanted it in an A4 set. He wanted to be able to print it at home. I was emailing it to him. He was in Norway, so he wanted it done on A4. So I just did it on an A4 sheet, so it just does it.
Just make it as big as you could.
Yeah, exactly. But you can see the title block is at the bottom. You have the option, if you want to, you can rotate the view if you want to on the screen, just by selecting the view and selecting rotate, and then it'll just do it for you. But it's the most efficient way is to print it out just as a book like this. It means you always have it there. And then you can do other things with the PDF, which we'll get into later. But I just wanted to make a video of that to stick on your, stick in the folder for you.